Oscar Overlander. In this episode, I'd like to show you guys how I made and how I installed the window hatch and panorama window frame. Yeah, so that's main topic of this video. Before we get into the window and hatch frames, I'd like to show you how I finished my storage boxes, because they have now their lids, right, with the hinges and the handles. So let me show you what that looks like. Now, right now I'm working on those storage box lids. I have now pans made 1/8 thickness. My brake shape guy, he bent it for me. I'm unable to bend 3mm. You know, yeah, I just temporarily I attached the piano hinge to it, stainless steel. You know, I welded the corners already. It looked pretty good. And now I'm figuring out where this handle there need to go on that lid here. So that's what I'm cutting out right now, and then test it again. And if this works all well, then I know what to do on that box. So I guess I got it. This is sitting firmly in there. You know. If I use this gasket as a jig, then is it nearly perfect. You just have to hold it, you know, because when you draw and you deform it like this, you know, you have to hold it, but it works fine. It works very well. It's a perfect fit now. There you go. Just the holes, you know, and then another dry fit. And if I have them all three done, I have done the battery lid as well. On this one, I tried to bend it myself. You know, I had a lot of 3mm material left, you know, from the bottom plates in the habitat, you may remember. I took the grinder and grinded halfway through the material, all the four sides, all the way around, you know, and then I bent it up. But even this was tough with the hammer, you know, and you can see if you look through here, you see this very wavy, eh? But this is the battery box door, that's fine, you know, and after the powder coating, you won't see it that much. But for these storage boxes, these here, I like to have it a little nicer, especially if I pay the extra cost and put a beveled edge on it. You see here, that's a little bit more money as just a square pan, but it looks way nicer in my opinion. Now I put that lock in and do a dry fit on the truck. Now I installed that, let's take that away. I installed that lid again, but I got a little problem, and that is this. Simple reason. This locking latch here cannot be adjusted further in. And the way I created that, the lip where it grabs behind it, it's still too far away. So the lid is coming basically to close. If I close it, there it is. This is coming back. So now I have to modify this further in there. That's about 5/8, which need to go back, and then it grabs firmly into this backside of the storage box kind of lip, right? So what I did is I installed this one as well, and this one is sitting closer, so when I fabricated this one and cut this out, I added this round piece of steel right away. I welded it on, you know, and then this one is locking nice and tight. No play. Well, on the sides, right? Because it locks in the middle. But this is sitting tight to the box. Excellent. I just have to take the lock out, you know, those 4 screws, you know, weld that steel on the little arm here, on that ledge part, and that's it. Done. I cut up all the parts for the window frames, the kitchen frame, the bedroom window frame, and that's the small bathroom window frame. And also I recut basically the second bedroom window frame, the one I had installed when I explained how to make a window video. The reason for that is I wasn't happy with the pressure I had when I closed the window in full, and the pressure on the inside gasket was not good enough. So I like to have a higher pressure on it. That's why I minimized the depth of the frame by 5 millimeter. So this is how it starts. Basically that's the first welding bead. You know, I'm checking with the angle. I'm square. You see. And now I do basically miter by miter. This is the surface I'm gluing it onto my outer aluminum skin, and this needs to be clean because this is right against the plastics, the thermal divider, and so I don't want to leave welding beads here because that shortens basically my shim clearance. If this frame is not 100% square, then I have the possibility to shim it up or down or left or right, you know, in the opening. But if I leave the welding beads on here, then I'm shortening myself on the shim space. That's what the outside looks like. Let's clean this up. I have the panorama frame done. I just dry fitted it. It fits fine right there, right? And then here I have just loose sitting in there the first garage door frame. So this is not glued in yet, it's still loose. But here I have this, the outer trim part is 2 inches, and at the bottom I had to trim it back 3/4 of an inch because later on I have that L angle covering the bottom, and that's 3 by 3, so I have to give it enough clearance here so I can install the cover angle on the edges. So that's more important than having a wider lip here at the bottom. And the panorama window frame is in. It's the last one in case of the windows, because this is a small door. That I do later. And now next is probably the door, but at first I have to build the steps. But I might skip that with the insulation. So, but anyway, though all these window frames and hatch frames, they are in. They're glued in. And now I can go ahead and install my insulation right against that, right? First I have to fill the voids, you know, here all the way around the circumference with whatever is necessary. What I mean by that is basically here is just insulation needed, but here down below I need something solid, because I'm going to install the locking parts from the windows here on that surface. So I need good surface, good pressure, or basically counter pressure, you know, when I'm screwing through here, through the solid material into the steel. And also down here there's 1.25 inches below that hatch frame, and that need to be filled with an aluminum pipe, because I'm going to put a locking plate in here where the latch and the deadbolt is grabbing into a solid aluminum, not something flimsy. So all the voids, gaps are filled, yeah, either with foam, or in this case, like I said, with aluminum at the bottom beneath the garage hatch. You know, here on the kitchen and the bedroom window I used red cedar. Red cedar can be exposed to the elements. It is a long-lasting wood. It's known as a construction wood, which can be exposed to the outside. This is all done. Now I have to cut the foam back and then start insulating. So that's it for this week. I got the frames now all in, and I'm ready to go for the insulation, which I will show you in the next video. And then of course installing the plywood as well. I'm getting really excited now. It gives you a new, if you be at that stage, at least it is my impression, you know, it gives you a kind of motivation kick, you know, because now it's kind of getting very close to the interior work, when you really start creating a seat or a bed or the place for the refrigerator or something like that, you know. Getting closer to that is really motivational, and that's why stay tuned, and I will see you in the next one.